Category 4 Hurricane Helene.
Stop! Got yourself?
Got hit.
It's bad.
You're okay.
I need help. Take me to the hospital.
Get a lifeguard. Can we get an ambulance or a lifeguard? She's got a bad cut. All right, Sterling, this is the big one.
Housing. You know the rules. Aloha. Best surfer in the world, Sterling Spencer, and Cousin Ryan presents Pinch My Salt.
Can we talk about women's periods?
I don't even know what they are.
You know?
Not really.
Well, I've been studying women for a bit.
Really?
They're kind of like swells.
Surf swells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch the buoys.
Oh, God.
But it's with their emotions.
But the buoys are the tampons? Like,
The week before they blow is when the waves are biggest. And it's bad weather.
yeah.
You have to be careful. What I'm saying is you have to be careful.
Okay. I'm trying to... So, okay, it's like a big surf swell period. You just got to be ready.
Yeah, a hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
Every month they
Every
have
month.
one hurricane coming.
Right.
2 weeks before that first week, kind of in the middle of the month,
Yeah.
they're fired up. And they're very independent. Like they kind of want to like leave you and like they're just like,
I need new hobbies.
they're like, I want to go to New York and drink martinis with.
Yeah.
Like they watch Sex and the City all day and they
Right.
get all fired up.
So this is 2 weeks before
Yeah.
the due date.
Yeah, and they feel super confident. They're like, I don't need a man. Like they're really like,
I see that.
It's kind of gnarly. And then the week before, it shifts into anger. They'll say like gnarly things, like everything could be a trap.
Yeah.
They're setting up traps every second, like,
landmines.
and you're like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. Dude, it's true.
And then when the buoys finally hit the tampon, it's like it's like pulling something like the air out of a ball.
Or a grenade. The pin from a grenade.
It's like, and then they're like,
Oh, I see what you mean.
and then they become these needy, like, cuddle me, and like they're just hold me, like they're like, sorry about last week, and they're like so nice and frail. They're like,
Frail.
yeah, like carry me.
So, and then it starts over.
Then once they get past the period, it's like that first 2 weeks is glorious.
Right.
They're sweet angels.
I know.
They like do things before you ask.
And it's not they're your fault, ladies. It's just it's the way they're made. Like,
well, you know, guys have been trying to figure out women
forever.
since the beginning of time.
Totally.
And what I'm saying is we start a surf line for women.
Oh, so you can check the buoys.
Check their
Poor
check their
condition.
periods.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't they have
Like
that?
each day, it's like, today's fair to strong. Be careful what you say today.
Totally, dude.
Surf line for women's bodies.
And there's like cams.
There's
And you can check them. You're like, oh, I'm not going home right now.
well, you know the tides. Like, oh, high tides around noon.
Yeah, and you're like, you know when to go home late from work. Like, oh, frick.
Dude, it's high tide right now. I'm gonna wait it out a little longer.
So yeah, we need to create like a surf tampon or something. What would you call it?
Well, we'd have to get a buoy in them 24/7.
Okay.
Like maybe it's like an earring or something.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like
Like something
maybe
that.
it's the engagement ring,
Oh yeah, you put in like something.
but it's got a tracker on it.
Yeah, and we can.
It tracks their blood,
Yeah, their pulse.
so it tells you their pulse.
Yeah, like okay, she's pissed right now.
So like you get the app and it's like mood is fair to strong right now.
Right, got it.
So all day long you can check the maps.
Totally. Oh,
Dude, it's kind of genius.
I know, I love it. That was good.
I think the engagement ring,
Something like that,
because it's like you're giving them what they want,
and they'll wear it.
and they'll always wear it.
Yeah,
But instead of it's not a real diamond. It's a tracker.
it's an app tracker.
It's tracking their buoys.
Yeah. All right, I like it.
It's kind of genius.
That was good. Pinch my clips. Here we go. Thanks, guys, for sending in the clips.
Pinch my clips.
Dude.
Brought to you by West Peak.
Pinch my clips. Brought to you by West Peak. Let's do it, bro.
It's in the can.
Tony Hawk meeting his grandson for the first time, who is also Kurt Cobain's grandson. Cobain. That's crazy.
Dude, this is the most punk child ever.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if your grandfathers are Tony Hawk and Kurt Cobain?
Gosh. He's going to be wearing plaid.
He came out plaid. That'd be kind of a lot of pressure.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, I have to do a 900 and come out with a anthem.
A grunge rock.
Grunge anthem.
Riley Hawk. God bless you, bro. He's trying to get a photo to send his girl to make it look like he's really surfing.
Smart.
Yeah, why even put the effort?
Smart. He's trying to get a surf selfie.
What?
I mean, why can't animals surf?
I guess he's surfing.
Look, he's driving the boat, too. All right, let's go.
Look at him. Look, he kind of loses his balance here. Whoa, whoa.
Here we go, boys. The foil bars are at it again. They're trashing the stumps. They're stomping the trash. No, Johnny, no. I got the inside track. Sorry, Dad. Got ya. No. Yes. One. Is this what kids are doing now?
Look at that. Gosh. Look at this. Gap to 50-50. Gap to 50-50. Nose grind.
Yeah.
Dark
slide.
Flip.
Rolo.
Dude.
What if this is the future of skateboarding?
Just get little miniature skaters. Oh, that would be sick.
See, you're into it.
Okay, who is Mikey Wright?
Oh, dude, I love this clip.
What? Look at
Look
him.
at that mullet flap in the wind.
What's he doing?
So this lady was drowning,
Oh,
and he like just went into hero mode,
jeez.
and he just jumped right in there. You know how gnarly that current is? That's some of the gnarliest currents in the world.
And everyone else is just watching.
Dude, surfers are the real deal.
Dude.
Any real surfer, we just like go into saving mode.
True.
Because it's like surfers can survive in anything in the ocean. So it's, look at him taking the wave on. He just took it like in the bag. Just
And she probably would have died.
Oh, she would have died for sure.
If he didn't take
And
off.
he was probably like drinking a Corona, like half asleep. And someone's drunk. He's like, there goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Look how fat. Look at the mullet.
I know.
Oh, this is what it sounds like.
Dude.
Worth it.
I like your fin setup. Did it work good?
Be nice.
Yeah.
Did you hear the wife? Be nice.
She said be nice.
She goes, be nice.
Did it work good?
Be nice.
Be nice.
That's such a wife thing to say. Be nice.
Poor Kooks.
I mean, do they still work backwards?
I mean, maybe for him. So, dude.
What?
Dude, my nude pass expired.
Your nude pass expired?
Yeah, I was surfing nude and the cops showed up.
No way.
Look.
Oh, no.
I was like, I didn't know it expired. This is at the pier. They're like, get back here.
no.
I was like, surfing naked's not a crime. Get back here.
Look how fast you
Dude, I was gone. Because I had less less drag.
Look at
Look
you.
at me go. They never caught me.
Dude, so you need to get your pass renewed.
Right. Dude, it's that time of year
What?
when Lenny Kravitz gives us his message.
What's he do?
He gives us a blessing. Look.
Grab your big scarf. It's the first day of fall.
Could anyone be any cooler?
Every year I look forward to that
Look at that
message.
scarf. It's huge.
God.
It's like a giant curtain with the rod.
Yeah, it's he ripped someone's curtains
He
down.
ripped like the curtain out of the hotel and he's like, dude, this is one of the craziest waves in surfing ever.
Really?
I mean, look at it.
What? He's flying. Whoa.
Okay, so dude, how did he know when to land on it?
They triggered the waves?
They must have timed. And he, And he can't surf.
He's a wakeboarder.
Could you imagine? This guy, like, it's so... He missed the barrel! Could you imagine? Could you imagine barrel dodging after one of the most incredible feats ever?
Is that what happened? To me, he looks good.
He totally missed the barrel.
Bummer. All that money from Red Bull. Dude, this guy's freaking Tom Cruise's uncle or something.
Dude, this has got to be in a movie.
Dude.
It's so cool.
Dude, this should be in a Mission Impossible
Couldn't they get
scene.
him a better board or something?
It looks just like a wakeboard, or maybe it's a Kai Lenny model or something.
It looks like he can barely ride the wave because the board's small or something.
Right, that's the problem. I mean, look, he's wearing a backpack, a helmet.
Right.
He's good on you, mate.
I mean, yeah, he's gnarly.
Dude, this guy's praying.
God, please send me the wave I need to win. Not now, God. Should have been more specific. Kind of blew it.
Dude, look at these hotties.
Oh my God.
Dude,
I want to walk like this.
look at him. What the heck? They're having the best Easter service.
Oh, good eye. God, is he just ride a horse? Whoa, it's kind of shaggy.
Shaggy boys.
Okay, so he's a little...
Oh, so this is like a youth pastor conference? This is a sketchy youth pastor
This
conference.
is a youth pastor conference. From some of the best pastors from all over the country. Gosh, it's so hot today. Let me just crack.
Dude, I saw you surfing the other day,
Yeah.
and you were shredding harder than
I know.
ever. What
It's
happened?
West Peak.
It's the West Peak?
When I started drinking West Peak,
Yeah.
the gluten-free in it,
Oh, it like,
I lost all of my weight. I
wow.
lost 50 pounds drinking West Peak.
Dude, that's why you're shredding so hard?
I went on a West Peak diet.
Oh.
And
And that's it? Just West Peak?
I just started drinking West Peak 24/7. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Guys, go to drinkwestpeak.com. Drink responsibly. Type in pinch my salt for 20% off. Drinkwestpeak.com.
Drink responsibly.
Dude, how's your back surfing all day?
This was bigger than Olympics.
Really?
I'm kind of like on top of the food chain right now,
Really?
of the surfing food chain.
I mean, that's a sick barrel to get in Alabama.
Like I'm kind of like Gabriel Mendina after he got the photo,
the point.
but mine's like...
Yours is like more.
So I could feel the hurricane days before.
Like in your bones.
Yeah, like 2 days before. I get this feeling like, because my brain's so sensitive,
Yeah.
I'm like the pressure dropped or something.
Oh.
Like I can feel it and I'm kind of like get anxiety and
Is it kind of like a surfer getting on their period or something? You can feel
it's a
it.
surf period. I start bleeding.
My stomach hurts.
You know, you hear about animals when a storm's coming, they start wrestling and moving.
They disperse.
That's the way I feel. I start waxing my boards like
You don't even want to.
hurricanes bring the crazy out of everyone.
Yeah.
Mostly because when a hurricane comes, this is like our one day of year to get good waves.
I know, dude.
So when Surfline starts blowing it up, we're like, nah.
Oh, wait, you don't want that?
No.
Why?
Dude, if a true core lord hates Surfline.
A true core lord surfer hates Surfline.
Surfline's one of the worst things that ever happened to core lords.
Really?
Well, think about it. We used to track the buoys and the winds ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
So Surfline just does it for people. It's like the Starbucks of surf
Oh,
forecasting.
it allows...
It hands them just a latte. They don't have to think about anything. They don't have to know anything. They just read it. They're like, oh, it says Good Friday.
So they don't have to learn anything.
They don't have to learn anything or know anything.
I hear ya.
And they'll just go to your local break. They'll press the button. They'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go there on Thursday.
So all the dudes that worked years and years of figuring it out.
All the core lords that like knew it themselves. And because we used to just show up at sandbars. Like we just walk over the dunes. Like,
How'd they
they'd be
know?
like, all the real surfers, like, we come like zombies. Like, I remember the first surfline camera was at Sebastian Inlet
Ooh.
on the East Coast. Guys would throw rocks at it.
Surfers.
And police had to do a 48-hour, they would stand in front of it. And everyone was so pissed. Like all the core lords, they were so pissed. I remember Matt Keckley be like, the camera up there, boys. The camera's messing everything up. They'll know at high noon.
So basically the camera called the kooks. Like, come on.
Yeah. So like instead of knowing
Yeah.
the charts and the
Yep.
winds
I
and
get
the
it.
tides, guys would just like sit and watch the camera and be like, oh, it looks good, and rush down there.
Oh, I never knew this.
All the guys that really put in the work, we would like show up at the same spots, and we didn't even talk to anyone.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
So with this hurricane, it was like the first time we've had like one thing we have going good for the Gulf is Surfline doesn't know how to forecast it.
Because it's so bad.
Well, we don't get real ground swells. We get these like
Wind chop.
quick wind swells.
Yeah.
And Surfline's technology, they're like, we don't know.
So it's good. It's kind of crappy.
No,
now.
it's great. Like Surfline says it's poor like almost all year long.
Right.
And we get insane waves, and it will say like fair to poor, 3 to
Right.
4, and it'll be like triple overhead. Dude, the morning of the hurricane, it wasn't really that big yet.
Really?
So I'm like just trying to get the cobwebs off, like
Yeah.
get ready for the big one.
Right. Oil it up.
So I go for like a morning surf, and when I'm coming in, there's this lady,
What?
and she's like, help. She's on the inside like, help.
What happened?
So I'm like, so I turn into like Hasselhoff.
What? Was she drowning?
She got cut.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
By her board?
Well, we're not sure.
Yeah.
It could have been a shark.
Really?
She was like drowning, so I grabbed her and I brought her to the beach, and she had this huge cut. It looked like a shark mouth. Like,
Dude.
so I grab her, and the blood was like shooting like a sprinkler.
Dude.
So I ripped off, she had a rash guard. I ripped it in half and tied it around
like
her
a
leg.
tourniquet or whatever?
Yeah, like a tourniquet. She's like, tell my daughter goodbye. I'm like, you're not dying.
Oh, she was freaking out.
Oh, she was gone.
This
Like,
really happened?
Yes, I have footage.
How?
Look at it. I had the camera on me.
Oh, you did?
Randomly. I grab her, I put my hand on the cut. I got it wrapped. I'm like, I'm going to carry her to the police station.
Right, because there's one right there by the pier.
By the pier. So I'm like carrying her.
Dude.
And there's these people on the pier, and they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, call an ambulance. So I get her like almost to the police station, and this tourist guy, I'm like, the lifeguard tower is like right around there. Like, go get them.
Okay.
So I'm like holding her cut, and she was like turning cold. So I like try to warm her up.
Yeah, because she was going into shock or
Yeah,
something.
she was going into shock. And then the lifeguards came, and they got the bleeding to stop.
Dude, so you saved somebody.
Yeah, she almost died in my
Dude.
arms.
That's crazy. Is she okay now?
Yeah, she's fine.
Wow.
The lifeguards were telling me like they think it's a shark.
Really?
She either hit the pier or hit a board, or she doesn't remember anything.
Oh, wow.
Like, because it happened so fast.
People can bleed out like that. It's like,
Oh
If it
yeah,
hits the
that's
right-
how McCullough died.
I know. Gosh. Wow, dude. That's crazy.
So it was super gnarly. So that kind of got me fired up.
Dude.
So I was like, all right, I'm ready.
So that like got your blood pumping.
I was like, fuck.
And then what happened?
So the waves weren't like big yet. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over to Alabama.
Right, which Alabama's like an hour away from here.
Alabama's like 20 minutes.
Yeah. From where we're at right now, it's like 30 seconds down the road.
But we have this secret spot where it's kind of like the closest thing we have to pipeline.
Oh.
And it's super hard to find it, and you can't park anywhere near it or you'll get towed.
Oh, okay.
So it's like kind of a long hike. But it's like a spot me and a couple of my doggies know.
Yeah, your old dog pounds.
Well, we've been surfing it for like, I started surfing it in 2001.
Oh, wow.
This legend Alabama guy, he like, we call him Marlboro Man.
Marlboro Man?
Marlboro?
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Because he's always smoking cigarettes and wears
Sick.
sweatpants. And he like took us on this quest to find it.
Dude.
Like we went over these dunes, and he's like, Mikey Payton was with me.
Dude, I love Mikey.
Deocho. So I went and checked it, and it was kind of on.
Dude, so Hurricane Helene had filled
But
in.
it wasn't that big, and there was rumors Corey Lopez was around,
Really?
and he didn't hit me up.
Serious?
And that's like the number one rule.
You hit up a bro surfer.
Well, surfers were kind of like these,
Islands.
like each guy in the town who's like kind of the guy, like they're head of their tribe.
Yeah.
Each tribe
leader has to.
Each tribe leader has to contact their leader. And if you don't, it's like super disrespectful.
Dude.
Like if they see you, it's kind of like
You don't tell me.
kind of in trouble. Like back when I used to chase hurricanes, like I would go to the Outer Banks and you have to call Jesse Hines like straight away.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or like Noah Snyder.
Totally.
You got to like talk to one of the boys, and if they grant you permission, then you come and like you bring gifts.
Yeah. Wax.
I'm joking, but it's kind of like dead serious. Like if I showed up to Sebastian Inlet without calling Keckley,
Yeah.
dude, he would cut you off on like every way.
Right. It's
So I like hear rumors like,
Corey Lopez.
but he was trying to find this other secret wave that he thinks I don't know about.
Oh.
But if he would have just called me, I'd been like, dude, the time's wrong. So he was like trying to sneak and find this other wave that he. But if he would have called me, I would have been like, dude, it doesn't break.
If he
on low
followed the
tide.
proper channels.
Doesn't break on low outgoing tide.
Duh, Corey.
So then someone messages me from Stab Magazine
What?
on Instagram, and they're like, hey, do you want to come surf with us? I'm
What? You didn't tell me any of this.
like, come surf with you.
You're surfing
I'm like,
in-
you're coming to my island.
Yeah, this is my island.
Well, I think the new generation they don't know the code,
Right.
the hurricane code.
Oh, there's a hurricane code. Wait, so was he here?
Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here.
Oh, wow.
But he totally missed it
really?
because he didn't call Uncle.
So he went to a different spot.
He went to some crappy spot, and they try to find the secret wave like past Alabama, and it's like a kind of a long drive, and like you have to go way.
So it's a gamble because you could miss
It was a huge gamble, and if they would have talked to Uncle, they would have.
Dang.
So it's kind of on,
It's on.
but the swell hasn't fully hit yet.
Okay.
So I'm like trying to conserve my energy for the big one, because you get one day only, and it's like it's on. I'm like paddling back out, and my friend Rocket, this kid, it was like a peak. You know what a peak is?
Yeah.
So it could be a right or a left, and they're both like trying to go.
Oh, gosh.
But this is like Rocket's wave.
Yeah?
So this kid like tries to go right, and Rocket just like manhandles him and just goes around. It wasn't that big of a deal. But he's like paddling back out, and he sees the kid, and he's like, dude, what's up? Like, and the kid, I know the kid, he's like super sweet kid, and Rocket's like a super sweet guy too, but everyone's just fired up because it's hurricanes.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out.
So they're just like having a conversation, and all of a sudden this other kid comes out of nowhere and starts yelling at Rocky. He's like, "Wah!" So I'm like, "Wah!" Like, I'm like, dude, you can't yell at my guy.
Right.
So I'm like, he's like trying to yell at him, and like, I'm like, dude, who are you? I've never seen the kid in my whole life.
Dude.
So he's like snapping, and I was like, where are you from? He's like, it doesn't matter. I was like, yeah, it matters. like this is like one of my dog pounds.
Right.
Like he's been surfing here for at least 10 years.
Right.
So I just like tell the kid, go down the beach. Like there's so many waves. Like there's literally miles of perfect waves.
Yeah.
And these kids are surfing like right on us because they're trying to get pictures with our guy, Alex Danton.
Dude.
So it's like these kids are trying to like sneak into the program and get some photos while taking waves from the boys.
I get it. Yeah.
It's total disrespect.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you're going to come surf with us, bring us some West Peaks.
Or get your own photographer.
Bring us some West Peaks.
Yeah.
Like, hoot us in a couple waves.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yeah, woo. And then join the rotation and be like, cool, like, dude, like, my name's this. And it would be totally fun.
Got it.
It's like showing up to a basketball court where like some guys play every single day.
Right, it's their court.
And then just jump in front of them and like, like shoot the ball. Dude, you get beat up in a second.
Right. But there's something about waves where you can't own them and blah, blah, blah.
So, like, I snap at the kid and he, like, paddles off. He's like, your podcast sucks.
Like that does anything.
And I was just kind of laughing.
Podcast sucks.
And
that means you
so
watch us.
it started, I'm like, I get this feeling when the waves are coming. I was like, the swell's about to, I could feel it in me.
Boom, boom.
So I have my 8.6 on the beach.
Ooh,
Banana board.
The Banana Boy.
Album. So I'm like, it's time.
Ooh. To get the big one.
I was like, I'm seeing some sets that I like the size.
Yeah.
So I'm walking I get to the beach and my board is like half a mile back to where the van is.
Dang it.
Because it's such a long walk. So I'm like walking, just like,
nonchalant.
I'm kind of like stoked. I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. Because it's firing.
And then that kid comes on the beach. He's like, you don't understand. And he was like, he's trying to explain things to me. And I just was ignoring him. I'm like, dude, this kid's an idiot.
So he wanted to keep it going.
He's almost like 20 years younger than me.
Right.
He's like trying to say all this stuff. And I'm just kind of like in tiki mode. Like, I'm not even looking at him. I'm just like.
You're just cruising.
And he starts having the biggest temper tantrum.
Really?
He's smacking his board against the sand. He's like, and I'm like, dude. So I'm like walking and I'm looking behind me. I'm like, dude, this is kind of gnarly. Like, and he's trying to get under my skin.
Really?
But he's saying the most ridiculous stuff.
Like what?
He's like, you stole Italo's Crocs and he wants them back. And I'm like, that was a joke, dude. Like, and then he's like, Jeremy Flores choked you out. You're such a cook.
What? So he knows your whole history.
He knew everything about me.
Wow.
And then he's like, you're so fat, and I hope you get another brain injury.
Shut
like,
up. What is this guy's name?
So then he starts getting closer, and it's like ramping up, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to get in a fight.
Let's do it.
It's kind of on. So he starts getting closer to me, and he puts his chest up against me, like rubbing it against me.
Yeah. Like.
So then I turn around and I like push him off me. I go, and I was like, I'm like, throw the first punch.
Yeah.
So I don't go to jail.
Right.
And he's like, what? I'm like, throw the first punch. I don't want to go to jail for murdering you. He's like, what? And then he like came back again, and he was like, he was having a temper tantrum, and I was kind of worried. I'm like, dude, this guy might have like mental health issues.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't beat up. Like, what if he actually has something wrong?
Right.
And they're like, Sterling Spencer beats up a
something.
All I could think about was like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And also I could tell he didn't know how to fight because because I set my board down and I was like, all right, we're doing this. And I'm like,
shut up.
And his arms were down, and I'm like, dude, I could just knock you out right now. He just kept his arms down. And I'm like, dude, I can't hurt this guy.
Right. Dang, dude.
So I'm like, I got it. I know how to get rid of him.
What?
I have to use psychological warfare.
What'd you do?
So he's still following me. This is 10 minutes of him screaming.
Dude, how did you contain yourself? Would have nailed him.
So I'm finally like, in real calm, I'm like, I know what this is about. He's like, what? He stopped. He like calms down. He's like, what?
What's it about?
I'm like, this is about because I banged your girlfriend. And he's like, what? And he's like, He starts freaking out. He starts screaming and he runs. He starts running. He's like, and he runs back to his phone and he's calling his girlfriend. He's like, I knew it. He's like freaking out
And-
on his girlfriend.
And you didn't bang his
I
girl?
didn't know he had a girlfriend.
Shut up.
But I knew, like, I'm like, he's like 21. Like, every 21-year-old has a girlfriend.
Right.
So I got rid of him so quick, and I grabbed my big board, and dude, karma was insane. I paddle out, and I get 10 just like, I get these
Barrels.
crazy barrels, like, and he's on the beach screaming at his girlfriend. He's like, I hate you, I knew it.
And she's probably like, who is Sterling?
She's like, what?
dude, that's such a great idea. Every time you're about to get in a fight, you're mad because I banged you. That's so great.
Dude.
What made you think of that?
I don't know, but dude, I'm telling you, the swell hit.
So he missed it all.
He's on the beach, and I'm just going. I'm on my 9.6, just like standing, and barrels like. And he was just telling me like, "You're over the hill. You don't even know how to surf anymore."
What a coup.
And he was like, dude, he was like, I had a better career than you. And I'm like, what? And like,
I'm like, what?
he told me earlier, he was like, because I was like, where are you from? And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm an insurance adjuster. I'm in Panama City right now. And he's telling me he had a better career than me. I'm like, is he like a gnarly insurance guy? Like,
That's probably what he meant.
I'm like, is he super good at insurance?
Dude, what a character.
It was insane. It was insanity.
Wow. And then, so this is all happening in one day. Saving a girl's life, getting in a fight with this guy.
Get the gnarliest Alabama.
Yeah, right. That's sick.
So then the swell started dying down because I like crushed it so hard.
Yeah, you smushed it down.
And he starts yelling at me again. And then I call the cops.
No, you didn't.
And I was like, I'm calling the cops right now.
Dude.
And he is like, I should be calling the cops. I'm like, for what? You
banged my girlfriend.
Because I banged your girlfriend? I'm calling the cops. You banged my girlfriend. So then you call me and you're like, dude, I'm on the pier.
Dude, I was on the pier with your brother and we were all like, what's going on?
And the whole plan was like the swell was going to hit right before dark, and I was going to try to catch the big one.
Mm-hmm.
So I drive all the way back. It's like a 30-minute drive back.
Yeah.
So then I'm like exhausted.
Right.
So I paddle back out, and the waves, they were so strong from the category 4. It was really hitting. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, this is Hawaii feeling. So my first wave, I pull into the barrel, and the whole pier is like, ah!
Yeah.
It was a crazy vibe.
I know. There's
Everyone
like
on the pier.
hundreds of people watching.
So I'm like, dude, this is it. I'm going to get the big one. This is what I've been training for. So it was like maybe 5 minutes before dark, and the biggest sets start coming in.
Right.
So I'm like, this is it. I'm going to catch the big one. So I like paddle way out, and dude, my arms stopped working
Oh, because you were so tired.
from all the drama, all the craziness all day long.
Saving the girl, fighting the guy, banging the girlfriend.
Banging the girl.
All that. You're exhausted.
So during my brain injury, I used to have this thing where my arms legit stopped working.
Yeah.
And it happened. So I'm like way out there, and everyone's gone in, and I'm like, frick. So I start kicking.
Dang.
And I was like, if I can get in the right spot, I can catch one more. So I kicked like to the inside, and like a freaking 12-foot wave is coming. And like last second, I'm like, and like barely get myself up. And then I'm just like, it was the gnarliest, biggest. It was like, it was so big. I'm like, whoa.
Dude.
It was a laugh. And I was like holding out. I'm like, fuck. It was the big one. And I rode it all the way to the beach, like all the way, like Big Kahuna style.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Dude.
And I get to the beach, and I was like, oh my God. And these lesbians, I'm not even joking. I get to the beach, I'm like, on the beach, I'm like so tired. And these lesbians come up.
They're like, will you
and
sign
they're
my
like,
flute?
Are you okay?
Oh.
They're like, are you okay? I was like, I'm just like so tired. And they carried me to the van.
Oh, they like got your shoulders. And
Yeah. And they carried my board, and they had snacks.
Really? Like keto snacks?
So I got carried in by lesbians back to my van, like total royalty.
Dude, what a friggin' day. Hurricane Helene.
Dude, that night when I lay down, I was like,
Yeah, putty.
that was
Dude.
nice.
Well, there's some good footage, a lot of good footage, like once a year. That's wild.
Dude, it was all time.
Dude, well, hopefully we do need to say, like, it does suck that the hurricane jacked up so many people and so many people's lives are destroyed.
You do need to say that.
Well, it sucks. Like, so many people got friggin' fricked up. Anyways.
That's the bummer thing about catching hurricane swells. It's like you get good waves from someone else's misery.
I know, it's so lame.
Like, I'd rather just not get hurricanes.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously. Like, I'll just go to Costa Rica.
Right. It's sad. At least there's that's the only good thing that comes from a hurricane is some surf.
And the most selfish people chase hurricane surf.
Why? Because they're just like,
Well, like, you're going to catch some towns one good day of the year.
right.
And then you could be, like, helping the people that get hurt
You
from
could-
these hurricanes, but
Right.
you're just catching the waves from it.
You could be using your gas money to go help people.
You could be helping people, but you drive by them to get waves. Like, later.
They're like boarding up. Like, help.
So it was crazy. Like, when I got that one barrel that went viral,
Yeah, yeah.
it was so funny. Like, dude, I had people hitting me up all over the world.
Like what? You got a barrel?
Well, like, when you get a barrel like that in Alabama,
Yeah.
like, it fires people up.
Yeah, they
Like,
love
all
it.
my friends in Australia, they're like, good on you, mate. It's good to see you ripping again.
Yeah.
Like, it took me 2 days to, like, get back with everyone. Like, it was kind of classic. Like,
Like you friggin' like blessed
that
the earth.
wave connected the earth for a second.
Yeah,
Surfers
surfer
all
earth.
over the lands.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Like, if that barrel was anywhere else, I'd be like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, good barrel. It's a nice
But,
little one.
You know, like, you don't see barrels like that in Alabama often, you know.
Right.
So it got people fired up.
It brought the surfing culture together
It did. It
for a
was,
brief moment.
I felt like Gabriel Medina after
Yeah.
that photo.
It sucks it was filmed so terribly. But it kind of made it more mysterious.
Right. Like, more Alabama.
I know. I was like, golly, I wish Morgan was in town with a...
He was supposed to be
I
here. He's like, I
know.
gotta go to Miami for
For what? Filming some babe on a beach?
there's babes.
What was he doing?
Something like that.
Some Diet Pepsi
It's like,
commercial?
I got some contracts to sign.
I know, we blew it. I always wish that, like, why can't we put more effort into, like, we got to get a water filmer. It just, because it's so unknown.
There's so many times where I've gotten everyone together
Yeah.
and you get skunked.
I know. It's such a,
Like, I used to chase the hurricanes. That was almost my job with
Yeah.
Billabong,
Hurricane
especially for the East Coast. Like,
footage.
I would hit up every hurricane,
Mm-hmm.
and you get skunked so many times, and there's so much driving, and you come into someone's town, and you get the best barrel. They hate you. You like
Yeah.
hear like, dude, fucking stink, chicken, race.
Yeah, Billabong.
And I got so sick of it. I was like, dude, like, hurricanes, you need to let the people of their towns get
Yeah.
them. Like, you can't come and take. Because it becomes this weird, selfish thing. Like, when we were trying to get photos in magazines back then,
Yeah.
like, Scott Eichner, who was, like, photo god at the time, he came and stayed with me.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everyone heard Scott Eichner's with Sterling. So, dude, everyone's calling me because, like, to get a photo in a mag means you have job security.
Right.
Like, if you got a big photo in the mags during hurricane season, like, I was good. I'm
Right.
getting signed next year.
Dude.
So I'm with Scott Eichner, who's, like, from Hawaii at the time. And he got all the craziest barrel shots in the
Dude.
late 90s and early O's. So he just came and stayed with me. Like, I met him in Hawaii. He came and stayed with me, and, like, dude, everyone was calling me. All of a sudden, everyone's my friend.
Right.
Like, Stills, what's up?
Scott around?
That's also one of the, like, forbidden rules.
What?
Like, you can't hit up a guy. Like, if you're going to call me for a hurricane, you better keep in touch with me all year.
Right. It's not just like
You can't just hit me up when the hurricane comes.
Right.
That's, like, huge surfers.
It's like when you win the lottery or something. Don't call me when I win the lottery.
Right.
Like, you better be a homie.
Right.
I hear you. So, is there also rules like, Because, dude, I was on the pier. Dude, I can't keep count now how many fans I've been approached by.
Really?
The pier, I got hit up every second. Hey, cousin Ryan. Hey, yeah.
You're passing watermelon out?
Dude, I was handing out watermelons and giving people high five. But there, people came up to me like, did you get me on the wave? And I was like, dude, I'm just filming my cousin.
Right.
And he was like, well, if you see me. And I was like, all right, just Instagram message me. I was like,
It's gnarly.
like
dude.
4 surfers came up to me that had to run up the pier and come.
Really?
Yeah. And like, did you get, I'm like, dude, I didn't film you. It's not because I'm being mean. It's just like I had to
Right.
focus.
Right.
But yeah, I hate that.
Dude, surfers, they're like seagulls when they're trying to get their
Yeah, when you
photos.
throw a piece of bread up.
Did you get my photo?
They need it, dude.
So then when you're like kind of the guy for a day,
Yeah.
then you get all the hate.
Right.
So then I'm getting all these comments like, oh, that board's kind of long, yeah.
Yeah. Shut up after the spit.
That one guy's like, you came out before you spit. Like, that's kind of lame. I
Yeah.
was like, that's weird. Your mom likes it.
Mom likes it when you come out after
When I come out of the spit light.
Shut them up real quick.
Well, what's funny about that barrel, like, I'm on a 8.6.
So it's a big butt board.
So that means 6 feet of board. So two feet in the back is me, and then 6 feet.
Right.
So you could barely see my nose. That means I'm back 10 feet.
Dude.
I'm 10 feet back in the barrel.
Dude.
I'm deep as frick.
Yeah. So when
But
you're,
that's what's so sick about that board.
because it's just what? It's long.
Yeah. Dude, big boards, it's a dreamsicle. Everyone's going to be doing it after this.
So most guys are on what, like 5'10" boards?
Well, with these swells, there's so much current. If you ride a huge board, you get in so... Dude, I was in so early. Like,
Yeah, just
just like
catching it.
cruising.
Dude. So when you were, do you remember that barrel when you were in it?
Mhm.
And was it good? Was it like, whoa?
Oh, yeah, it was perfect.
Oh.
It's the best feeling when you see it barreling like way in front of you and
Yeah,
like, I'm
like-
totally making this. So I could just enjoy. I was like, I came out like, like watching the lip, like,
Like you could actually soak it in a little bit.
yeah, I enjoyed that whole barrel.
Dude, I'll never know what that feels like. The only way
It's
I'll
like
get...
premarital when like, you know, you can hold it.
Okay.
Like
Right.
you're not going to blow
You're
right
not
away. Like you can't enjoy
Right.
it because you're scared you're going to
But you're in the
blow.
barrel and you could totally...
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah. I'll never know how that feels unless Ramana's head's up my butt.
you need Ramona.
I know. Dude, you know what I used to wear every day? Vans.
You would wear Vans?
All the time.
Dude, you need to try Savali's new Sika model.
Let me see them.
Dude, they got the freaking secret air holes.
Oh, I see.
And it's all plush leather.
Whew.
So you don't have to wear socks.
Oh, really?
Like if you try to do that in Vans, it's
Ugh.
gnarly.
It's donkey feet, dude.
It's gnarly donkey feet.
Dude.
Like I almost lost one of my feet wearing Vans.
Really?
Yeah, I got gangrene.
Really?
Yeah.
Jaundice?
Gout.
Gout.
I got gout.
Dude.
And then once I put Savali's on, it's like putting 2 antibiotic slippers on. Like my feet have turned immaculate.
Dude.
It's the most beautiful my feet have been in years.
Really? They do look good.
It's like little hospitals for your feet.
Right.
These laced up Sikas are freaking
Sika. Get yourself a Sika.
Sika.
All right, guys, go to SavaliFootwear.com and get some Savalis. It is now time to transport to the 12th dimension. You will now like the video. Your finger will move to that little thumb. Click it. Leave a nice sassy comment. We love you. Dude, so Bobby Lee doesn't know who you are.
Do you think he knows who I am, but
No.
he's like kind of intimidated?
Cut to the clip.
Who are your best guests you've gotten?
Just really smart people.
Really smart people.
Way smarter than me.
Yeah.
Smart-
Zoom in to the
Smart people and
Wait,
Whoa.
that's Sterling?
yeah,
Oh my
because he
God,
had a
I
really
love him.
wicked brain
Dead
injury.
TBI.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
right.
Sterling?
He's a
He's my
surfer.
friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Who's Sterling?
Who's Sterling?
I think he knows who I am.
I think he does too. Guys, go reach out to Bobby.
Kalila's worn the shirt.
Yeah.
Like I've talked on the phone with him right there.
Really? So he's heard you.
I feel like
He's intimidated.
Asian men and me don't get along.
Really?
If a Filipino woman could make a guy they want in a laboratory, I think I would be it.
Really? Be a little taller.
Well, I'm tall to them.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Dude.
What?
So I went to the gym in the afternoon for the first time.
You usually go in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never gone to the gym in the afternoon.
What happened?
It is a totally different vibe.
Different crew.
It's all teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, what is up with them?
They're coming out of high school like...
It's like their brains haven't formed yet, and their soul hasn't entered their body yet.
Yeah.
They're these weird, like... So when I go in the morning, it's normally with old people.
Yeah, and everyone's chill.
And they're nice, and they're just trying to live. Like, they're tired. They've let everything go. They're just trying to make it. Like, and they smile, they wave. Anything you do, they're impressed. They're like, whoa. Like, I'm just...
You're filling up your water. Good on you.
So it's like the best vibe with old people.
Really?
Like anything you do, it's great.
Yeah.
They smile. They want to talk because they're bored as hell.
Yeah.
It's the sickest vibe ever.
Right.
So when I came back in the afternoon, there's all these kids with
nipples.
They're all wearing wife beaters.
Yeah. Tank tops.
And I walk into the bathroom and they're all standing in front of the mirror like flexing.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to walk through to the sauna. I'm like, excuse me, pardon me. And they're like hitting me. And I'm like, fuck. And they all stink gnarly, like this gnarly, like they've been eating like Doritos all
combos.
day. So I like get into the sauna. I'm looking through the window and they're all like flexing,
I know.
and like taking pictures of themselves, like 20 of them.
I know.
So I'm like, dude, this is a totally different world.
What are they doing in their brains in there? They're just like...
So then I go over to the row machine and like there's a big mirror. And so I'm like, I turn around and there's like this kid that walks up. He's like, walks up like right in front of me. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's up? And he doesn't even hear me. And I thought he was looking at me, but he's looking at the mirror past me. And he's flexing his teats. And I'm having a conversation with him, and he has these little headphones in. And he's looking right past me at the mirror, like... And I was like, how you going? And he's just like this. And I'm feeling super awkward. I'm like... And he's staring right at me. But he's a little taller, so his eyeballs were going over me.
Yeah.
And I look... And he's looking at himself. I'm like, oh, excuse me.
So he was just flexing his teeth.
So I felt so stupid. I'm like, sorry, excuse me. And he's just like...
It sounds kind of fun to go in the afternoon.
And there's so much Axe body spray.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the whole gym, I'm like getting dizzy. I'm like, fuck, why do you guys wear this stuff?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I'm going to go shoot hoops.
Yeah.
So I walk in to shoot some hoops. And this kid burst in. And he starts dribbling it so hard. And it's just me. I'm like standing in the corner. Like, he's like, like not looking at me. He's like, and then does this huge hook shot and it like hits the ceiling and like this foam falls down. Like,
what?
And he doesn't even look at me and he's like shooting super hard and bricks are like flying everywhere. And I was like, dude, I can't hang.
Dude, yeah, you got to get out of there.
Normally in the morning, no one would walk in. They're like, oh, someone's in there shooting hoops. I'll wait my turn.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, to be young, dumb, and full of dumb.
Full of cum. And then there was these bunch of Christian boys.
Oh.
And they were like talking about women.
Uh-oh.
They're like, I really like this one girl. She really respects her body. And I was like, what are you?
Wait, so they were just having a good old Christian combo.
Dude, these Christian boys, they were so fired up on these girls that wore clothes.
Long dresses.
They were like, yeah, she really knows how to cover her body.
Well, I respect that.
Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
Right, because they're being...
It's the way we should be.
It's the way we should be. But it's like, what is wrong with you?
Like, come on. Like, this is the time to be fired up.
Was it like a Boy Scout club or something? Oh. Dude, you know what I showed my boys the other night? Dumb and Dumber, baby. It was so awesome. One day you're going to sit with Wyatt and show him Dumb and Dumber.
Did it change them?
Dude, we were laughing like so hard. It was like don't you guys have a radio? Radio? Who needs a radio? Mock. Yeah. And they were like, what the heck? Like, they don't make movies like that anymore.
It's the Bible of comedy.
It's the Bible forever, dude. Like,
There's before Dumb and Dumber and there's after Dumb and Dumber.
Exactly. Like, nowadays, they just watch YouTubers playing Fortnite or Minecraft.
4 seconds.
Yeah, like, they're all just watching people talk about video games. And, like, I was watching Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
That's why we're so funny.
That's why we're so much better than them.
I know, our kids suck. Get your kids to watch the oldies, baby. What's your biggest tip for depression, bro? Or is this a sad thing?
You know how everyone is depressed now?
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone.
Are you depressed?
Well, you know.
You're like, feelings.
You know.
Shove them in.
Shove them down. Yeah, what about it?
Well, I think I figured it out.
Tell me.
And it's kind of biblical.
Ooh.
And I know that gets you fired up.
Just tell me.
I think we're all narcissists. Like every last one of us.
Right.
And I think that's the game. I think we're born narcissists.
And if we can realize that,
if we can truly accept it and not live our lives for ourselves, we find happiness. Does that make sense?
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
Like, truly, I feel like to get people in America to care for people, it's like we need to post it on Instagram.
Right.
Or
Look
like,
what I did.
started a charity. Like, you got to be worship.
Or
It's like you have to trick your ego to help people.
Or film yourself giving a sandwich to a homeless guy.
Right. Like, the ego needs to be praised.
Right.
And I think to truly be free from depression is, dude, it's like you find your soul and you realize, like, helping someone else feels better than yourself.
100%.
That's why when you go to Haiti, you get all fired up.
I know. And I couldn't remember. There's a verse that my wife put in my wedding ring, but I couldn't remember what it was. So I was looking it up while you were talking. It's Philippians 2:3-4.
What's it say?
It says, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in the humility regard others as better than yourselves."
Dude.
Let each of you not look at your own interests, but to the interests of others.
And it's so hard. It's so hard for us to really understand it.
And to do it.
And you kind of need to go to hell first. And I think that's what depression is. And I think that's what the ancient scribes were talking about. Like, depression is this hell within yourself from selfishness.
Wow, yeah.
So your whole life is like, it's me, and it turns into this hell. You box yourself up. And then the way back to heaven is your scripture you just read. It's the reverse of it. Totally. And I think that's what Jesus was talking about the whole time, dude.
Yeah, he's like, do it for other people, bro.
I think it's so simple.
Yeah, it is. The concept's easy to grasp.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And then they took this huge Bible and like put it around it like
and we're like,
and made it super complicated. Like, Abraham, the third wife,
don't eat beef or whatever.
Don't eat beef with a hat on.
Don't eat pork on a Tuesday. And we're like,
women should never talk at the pulpit.
Yeah, I think we talked about this once, and I've been using it a lot. I feel like we're all grasshoppers trying to explain to each other how a spaceship works. Do you get what I'm saying?
What?
Like, we're all just dummies trying to explain something we can't grasp.
Right.
Trying to explain to each other how a spaceship works. Write that down, everybody. Like, I feel like that's what we're doing.
That's your deep mystical moment.
Like, you know,
grasshoppers.
Yes.
That's your moment.
That's my moment.
Turn on the wind.
And then they do like he had to make it so simple. Like, there's an apple, and we're like, apple. And a snake, we're like, snake bad. Like, he had to dumb it down so good for our dumb brain. But we all think we're so smart. And
right.
I think that made sense.
You lost me there, but
God had to dumb it down for us, and we're like, oh. And we all think we're so smart. Just
it's giant.
Abraham. I guess what I was trying to say, Sterling, is that we all think we're so smart and intellectual and try to understand and try to teach people, and it's like we're too stupid to understand what's actually going on.
When I see hipsters on Instagram,
oh my gosh, with beard oil,
spitting out wisdoms with beard oil, dude, I'm telling you, like the real deals are just they're not on Instagram.
They're not on Instagram.
Like they're the ones heading to the hurricane to help people,
Right? They're
not riding the waves.
They're gassing up gas cans to get to the help spot.
Meanwhile, like Stab Magazine's heading for the swell.
Yeah. Because I have gotten a few messages because people know I'm a Christian, and they're like,
Right.
I can't believe you don't like talk about Jesus on the podcast the whole time.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, this is a comedy entertainment thing. This isn't it's not a platform to like.
We're not here to preach.
Right. But people are like, dude, we can get into this. I remember you telling me, those old Christian surf films.
Right.
And they're like, they get some new Christian that just like accidentally got saved at
like
summer
P. Diddy.
camp. This one kid that accidentally got saved one day.
Right.
And they're like, hey, we're going to make a movie about you. We're going to make posters. We're going to run you around the world. And
That's what happened to Luke Davis.
I didn't want to say names.
He's
but
good.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it can do more harm than good.
I don't think anyone should be talking about anything till they get to like 50.
Right.
And yeah, that's a perfect example. Like some kid gets saved and they're like, we're making him into a testimony and he's going to bring people from all over the lands and they'll tithe.
And it happened. And it happened to you, right? You had people. They tried.
Dude, it was just like P. Diddy.
Really? But in the Christian realm?
Dude, it's kind of gnarly.
Shut up. But
there was this movie, Outsiders.
Can we talk about?
Yeah.
I'll blur it.
No one whoever made it dead.
They're dead.
So yeah, there was this like Christian
movement.
There was a Christian movement in the surf world.
Like he's a Christian and he's famous.
Yeah. And they wanted you to give your testimony. But for me, I was like, dude, I'm not ready to like be an example.
But they're like, we don't care. You can sell.
No, yeah. And they were just trying to sell their merchandise or something.
And they had good intentions, I think, but it's like the wrong way. Maybe.
Well, yeah, it's like some people aren't ready to be an example of Jesus.
Yep.
And you got to let it ferment.
I'll tell
you. You got to let it grow. You got to let the seed grow for a little while. You got to go through the hard stuff first before telling people how to live.
Well, you might have some of these guys that were like, okay, yeah, I'll be the face of a Christian movie. And then they're doing gnarly stuff in the corner because they're still trying to figure their life out.
Well, that's what happened.
I know. We can't.
Can you blare his name?
There's one surfer that this happened to. They made these big Christian films and he wasn't ready.
Well, the main guy of the film, surfer, he had the last part of the movie.
Right.
He came to my town and like shares testimony and like he kind of came down on me because I didn't do the movie.
Oh yeah, because you denied it.
He was like, "Oh, Sterling, God sees us and he knows our hearts, and you probably should have put a part in the movie." And like, I was like, he made me feel all guilty.
Yeah.
And so we had a contest the next week in France.
Dang.
And I was like, all right, I'll see you in Europe. And he's like,
sorry.
All right, bro. Like, I still love you. Like, you're kind of a disappointment, but I still love you. And he made me feel all sad and guilty. So I get to France.
Yeah, dude.
And it's the first night. So they have this like big festival at night. And I walk into this bar and he's upside down with his shirt off. And these girls are pouring a funnel in his mouth. And he's like, the girls are like topless. Like he's chugging beer. He's like, and I walk in, I'm like, and he's like, Stas, I missed you. And he's like, I love you so much. Like,
and you're sober.
I'm sober. Like, he's hammered, drunk. Like, and I was like, what about the Jesus stuff?
What about the Jesus?
I was like, you just had a huge premiere and people got saved. And he's like, this is nerdy.
So what I'm trying to say is it's not as simple as just like, you should do this because you have a platform. It's like, I don't know if you should.
When you're ready for your soul to take over, it's just about you.
Right. And
which helps others.
And you shouldn't feel pressure from some people to talk about
You're just ready for heaven for yourself.
And people in your world.
Yeah. And heaven is less you and more others.
Oh, that was funny. That's why I just feel like it's a slippery slope and it's not simple.
Well, Christians, they just get so high on their pedestal.
Dude, yeah.
And they love standing on it and like, you're doing this and you're doing that.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're like on Pornhub behind it.
Dude, we're all on Pornhub. Well, this one lady, I'm cutting all this out. She was full on bashing me. It made me feel so bad for a couple of days. And I was like, no.
You can't let that.
I was like, no, I'm not.
It's not what it's about.
No. If this was like a Christian podcast.
Well, have you seen Girls Gone Bible? Have you seen it?
No, I've seen the other one.
Well, what's funny? There are these two beautiful chicks.
Seen it.
Seen it, boner. Boner alert.
Blonde chicks.
Yeah.
And they're so pretty.
They're so hot.
Pretty.
And they're talking about Jesus and they're like.
But the only reason we're watching is because they're so pretty.
And they're like kind of like coming down on everyone, what they should be doing.
But their makeup is so perfect.
So I have a friend who lives in LA and they're like, dude, these chicks are like gnarly OnlyFans chicks.
No way.
Like low key.
Dude.
He's like, dude, they're preaching.
I know.
Dude, Christians are
It's funny because I totally knew what you're saying the second you said they were pretty. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I did get sucked into
They
that.
both look exactly like each other.
Right.
Like plastic surgery's perfect.
Blonde chicks.
Yeah.
Christians, we're all crickets trying to figure out what a spaceship is.
Well, isn't that what Jesus was? I feel like Jesus was trying to break down religion.
He was trying to just simplify.
He was telling the freaking, what is their name?
The Sanhedrin, the disciples.
No, the Pharisees.
The Pharisees.
Jesus and the Pharisees were butting heads.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's not about freaking like tithing the
rules.
best. It's about your freaking heart.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and then Christianity like did the same thing over again.
I know. We're all fighting about like.
But okay, and this goes back to my original point. Okay. We're all narcissists.
Right.
And we're trying to break it. We're trying to break away from it.
Totally.
And I think that's enlightenment.
Yep.
Like Christian enlightenment.
Totally.
When you can really like, and I think in other cultures and other religions, it's the same thing.
Right.
Like you're breaking away from your ego.
Right. Subscribe, like, and comment. Oh, thank you guys. We did our 50th episode. We are killing it. Everyone subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for watching, guys. That was fun. Get a Westby.
Get it in ya.
Get it in ya, mind.
How's it? Thank you for watching Pinch My Salt, the hit podcast of the world's #1 surfer, Sterling Spencer. You know the rules. Subscribe and tickle that like button. Pinch My Salt.